I'm Jade Ocean, and today's yoga practice is going to be a flow to help you with your splits. So it's a splits progression, front splits, and we're doing the wide splits. So we have a lot of ground to cover. We're going to be opening up our psoas muscles, so our front hip flexor, which gets very tight from walking and a lot of sitting. We're going to work on our hamstrings. We're really going to open up all areas of our hamstrings, as well as our calves and a little bit of our quad area and lower back, groin, inner thighs. So we're working everything, opening up the hips. So a lot of stuff to do. Remember that staying grounded, staying focused, staying very motivated and consistent is going to help you achieve your goal, whether it's just to open up or to complete your splits. So just keep doing this, even if you're on a time crunch. Just pick a few exercises. I will have some other classes with a little bit quicker yoga flows. So, but if you love this one, just pick a few things that you can do. Do it one time a day, twice a day, maybe a few times a week, and you are going to achieve your goal. So you're going to want a couple blocks for today's practice, and also probably a strap of some sort. So if you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a belt or a rope of any sort to help you go a little bit deeper into these stretches. Make sure you have water as well. Stay hydrated. So if I'm going too slow or too fast, go ahead and listen to your body and pause, grab some water, or speed up, skip, do whatever you need to. Just get this practice done. Today we are working on deep stretches. Again, we're opening up the hips. We are opening up the back. We're relieving a lot of tension within the center body and the lower body. So today's practice is about focus, staying grounded, staying focused, moving with that intention. That awareness, that consciousness is going to allow us to move closer and closer to our goal of becoming more flexible, becoming more vulnerable and open. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy this class. Thank you for showing up, and look out for my other splits progression videos too. All right, yogi, let's begin with our feet planted into the earth. Our knees are going to be pointed up, and our heart's going to be facing forward. We're going to sit up nice and tall, reaching through the crown of the head, closing the eyes, and then just reach the arms out to the side to open the heart up. Take a deep breath into the body, and then exhale. Just bring your hands right behind your hamstrings here. We're just going to pull the shoulders back to open the heart a little bit wider. Take a deep, full breath into the ribs here, into the heart. Close the eyes, maybe setting that intention for your practice today. Moving with a purpose, staying focused and grounded. Full deep breath in again to the side ribs, and exhale, letting go of anything that doesn't serve you. So thinking of our body as the vehicle of life, we want to take care of our body. We want to think of the driver as our mind, making the decisions, and our soul is what sees us moving, sees us going through life, is not attached, is not part of it, but yet watches with no judgment, with no comparison. So we want to sit within our soul and remember that we are a part of this universe. We do matter. We are important. And we are able to control our thoughts and control our body, using our breath as that connection between the mind and the body, moving with the breath, allowing ourselves to stay focused, stay grounded, and stay motivated. Bringing out that courage to move, to be here, to be able to move forward and grow. Take a full breath in again. Open that heart a little bit further, and exhale. On your next inhale, let's bring our arms just up towards the sky, reaching through the side body. And then we're just gonna roll forward on our exhale, and then bring our hands to the floor. Firm your navel up in any. Again, letting go. Just settling here into your safe space on your mat. Let's come on up. We're gonna reach the arms forward here and begin to firm the belly in to roll all the way back to the ground here. Let's tuck the shoulders. Make sure your strap is close by, just in case you need it for these stretches. We're gonna get into our deep stretches here to begin, just to open up that awareness into these areas we're gonna be working today. So you can bring both knees up into Apanasana towards the chest here. Take a deep full breath into the side ribs and then just wrap your arms around your knees. Here you can grab each knee or you can wrap it around your shins. And maybe just to rock, just creating a little bit of movement, relaxing that lower back area. Try to keep your hips towards the floor here. Soften the shoulders down. We're just pulling in just a little bit. Bending at the psoas, so at the hip flexors here. This is where we're going to be stretching out a little bit along with the hamstrings now. Let the face relax. Just coming into this, become a little bit more vulnerable to allow that energy to come in and open us up a little bit deeper within these areas of restriction. Relaxing our face. Take a full deep breath in here. And one more time, let it go. So now, let's bring our hands just out to the side. We're gonna extend the right leg just out to the floor here. You can point the toes. We wanna bring it all the way down to the floor, keeping the left knee into the body. We're gonna wrap our hands just around the left knee. So you can go ahead and clasp your hands just to allow gravity to pull that knee in. Again, full breath in. Exhale, soften the shoulders down away from the ears. Make sure you have space in your neck. So we want to be able to find some comfort in each pose. Even when there's a little discomfort in these stretches, we want to be able to relax into them. So if we find that we can't relax, be sure that you back off just a little bit. So always listening to your body. Okay, so right foot is pointed. We're gonna take that left knee here and then just begin to rotate it. So it doesn't matter if you start going inward or outward, whatever works for you. We're just gonna move again with our breath. Inhale and exhale as you rotate nice and slow. So moving consciously with intention. This is controlled movement, so we're using our hands just to guide the knee, just in these little rotations. And what we're doing here is we are first on the leg that's extended, we're just stretching out that psoas, that hip flexor a little bit. And then on this one, we're relaxing and a little massage in there, so waking it up. You can use your hand to stabilize on the side, so you can bring it out to the side just to help yourself stay grounded into the ground if you notice that right hip is coming up, or you can also help that hip stay down by just holding it down. And stay relaxed here. Keep your belly in just to help to support your body to stay strong and grounded. A couple more breaths here. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to bring both hands behind the hamstring here, and then we're just going to extend that heel up towards the sky, flexing the foot. Toes are going to come in towards the face here. Take a breath in. So be careful not to lift that left hip right up. We want to keep that hip pulled down. So if you need to keep the knee bent here, that's perfectly fine. We don't want to force our bodies to do more than it's ready for. We want to build that trust between our mind and our body, so we can allow ourselves to go a little bit deeper. Full breath in here and exhale. So we're gonna bend the knee, point the toe, and then just roll up, forehead towards the knee. So firming the navel in, and then we're gonna lift the heel back up. So to bring it in and curl, bend the knee, roll up, firming the belly, and then inhale. Heel goes right up to the sky. So for those of you who feel a little bit tight here, you can stay holding the back of the hamstring or right at the knee here, or you can grab a strap and then just wrap the strap around the ball of the foot. Grab both sides of the strap here, and then keeping a soft, subtle bend in the knee. Be careful not to lock out the knee. You're just gonna let yourself, the shoulders fall back here. I do like to use the strap. It allows me a little bit more movement. And keep the toes pointed in towards you, so you're going to feel that stretch in the calf here, protecting the knee. That's why we don't want to lock it out. And those of you who feel a little bit more open, you can go ahead and begin to walk the hands up towards the ankle and grab the ankle, or you can take your 2 peace fingers and wrap it around the toe. If you want to do this, if you're still a little bit tight with the peace finger around the toe, you can just be sure that you keep that bend in the knee so you're not lifting that hip up. So having a bend in the knee is perfectly fine. Extend your right hand just out towards the side here, and we're just going to hold this. Keep that right heel of the extended leg in towards the ground. Full breath in. Exhale, nice and slow out, nice and controlled. Again, inhale and exhale. Trying to bring that leg just a little bit closer. So now what we're going to do, no matter where you are, if you have your 2 peace fingers on the big toe, go ahead and bring your hands back to the calf, or you can keep it on the back of the leg. What we're going to do is we're just going to point the toe and begin to lift the right leg up as we pull this leg in. Roll up, forehead towards the leg, and then back down. Inhale here. Exhale to roll it up. Pulling the leg, you can pull the elbows out to the side, and inhale to drop it down. One more time. Exhale, lift. Stay here for the inhale. Breathing into the back of the heart, and exhale. On your inhale, bring it back down. And then we're going to flex the foot back in towards us and begin to open the leg out towards the side. So if you're hanging onto the back of the hamstring, you can grab on with your left hand and then extend for that balance, the right hand out to the floor here, and just begin to open. If you have a strap, grab the strap in both straps into the right hand. Again, that right arm's going to come out just to hold yourself stable, and you're just going to open that leg out to the side. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Stay grounded with that right hip into the floor. Keep that breath moving fluid through your body, allowing space to open up. Draw that energy, noticing the sensations, and then come right back up. And then bring it right back out to the side. So what we're doing here is we're opening up into our inner thigh here in the groin muscle. Bring it right back up. One more time out to the side. Try to go a little bit deeper if you can. Pull that strap up towards your face. Bring the toes in. If you're hanging on, just pull that leg as far as you can. You can keep a bend in the knee as well. Keep the breathing. And let's bring it back up. And now we're going to switch it over, and we're just going to cross over just a little bit, not too much. We're going to get into the IT band here. So if you're using a strap, grab the strap in the right hand this time. If you're just hanging on, you're just going to grab on with the opposite hand now, the right hand, and then extend the left hand. So the leg that's lifted, the left hand's going to come out to the side now for balance. I'm using a strap, so I'm going to show you how to do it with a strap. So I'm just going to cross over just a little bit. Keep those toes pulling in towards your face. If you can, really draw that pinky toe in. This is a very subtle movement. You don't have to go so far, but what we want to do is keep that hip on the floor. So if you notice your hip lifting, bring it back just a little bit here. And notice that energy, that sensation pulling into the side of the leg here, the back of the hamstring towards the outer edge. Breathe. Breathe in through the nose and out. Maybe using your ujjayi breath, a little soft noise just to create that focus. Let's bring it back up. Deep breath in and exhale. Come back, just a little movement here. Bring it back up. And again, out to the side. One more time, up. out to the side. And then let's bring it back up. Let's bend the knee, move your strap off to the side if you're using a strap, but bend your knee, grab the back of the hamstring, and we're just gonna pull that right leg in back to our Apanasana. So take a breath here, you guys. Notice the feeling on that left leg. And we're gonna switch it out. So we're gonna go to the other side. So let's let go of that left leg, give it a rest. Go ahead and extend it straight out, point those toes. We're gonna keep that left hip on the floor now. Go ahead and grab the knee of your right knee. You can extend your left hand out to the side for that balance from your belly in. And again, we're gonna just start off with our rotation. So it doesn't matter which way you go. We're just opening up that hip flexor psoas muscle. Keep that left hip glued into the ground. Drawing that energy into your body right now. Positive light. Just completely vulnerable to allow for growth for this class today. Moving with your breath. Feel the stretch on your left psoas muscle. Allow the right one just relax. Just a little soft massage here. One more breath in. And then let's come back to center. We're gonna again grab behind the hamstring here and then extend that heel up towards the sky. Flex the toes. Stay here. Keep that left hip glued into the ground. Remember, bend that foot. So bend at the ankle, pull it in. We're gonna feel that stretch on the calf muscle. Some of you may be feeling it just in the hamstring here. And then bend at the knee, point the toe. We're gonna roll up to exhale. Extend to inhale. Lift the heel back up. Bend it out again, roll up. Exhale, firm the navel in. And then inhale, lift that heel up. One more time. Bend at the knee, roll it up. And then heel's gonna go right back up. Inhale here, you can grab your strap if you're gonna be using a strap. This time I'm gonna show you how to do it. Last time I did it with a strap, this time I'll show you with just holding the back of the leg. So full breath in, exhale nice and slow. This time we're gonna point the toe and then lift that left leg up as we pull the leg in towards you. If you're using a strap, just pull the elbows out to the side. And then exhale. And then inhale to release. Exhale, come back up. Inhale, release. Exhale to curl up. Lifting that bottom leg. And exhale, release. Keep that heel up. And then here's where we're gonna extend the leg out to the side. So if you're using a strap, you can grab the strap with the right hand, extend your left hand out to the side. Otherwise, just hang on to the back of the leg and we're just gonna move it out to the side. Inhale to open. Exhale. Lift it back up. Inhale to open. Exhale, lift it back up. Beautiful, you guys. Keep going. One more time. Inhale to open. Hold this for just a bit. Breathe. Stay soft in the neck. Notice that sensation in the inner thigh here, the inner back of the hamstring, the hip. Let's bring it back up. Breathe. Maybe roll the ankle out at the top. Okay, you guys, we're gonna go now in towards the body. So we're gonna just cross it over just a little bit. Again, if you're using a strap, bring it to the left hand. Now you're gonna extend the right hand out to the side. Otherwise, grab the back of the hamstring. Or if you're holding your ankle, wherever you are, we're all in a different place with our bodies. So we are exactly where we're supposed to be. Do not judge yourself. Do not hold yourself in comparison to anything that you think it should be. Just pay attention to your body and just show gratitude for where you are. So we're gonna go ahead and inhale here. Exhale, cross it over, a little bit deeper stretch. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, cross it over. Keep that right hip on the floor, most importantly. Inhale, lift it up, and then exhale, cross it over, hold, stay here. Think of pulling that right hip down away from your body into the floor. Stay grounded. Keep that left toe pointed, glutes nice and firm to keep that hip on the floor. Breathe. That IT band can feel very tight, and it's usually a good thing that you have a tight IT band. What we want to do is open up the muscles around it. So we're opening up the hip, opening up the quads will help to release that, and the hamstring. And right now we're working on the hamstring and the hip. Inhale, let's bring it back up. Grab the back of the hamstring one more time, or your strap. And then let's bend the knee, throw your strap off to the side here, bend the knee, bring that left knee in. Let's roll it out one more time in Apanasana. Full deep breath into the side body. The heart, feel the chest lift, and exhale. Just notice the sensation in your body right now. You may be feeling a cooling sensation, just a little energy maybe building up. Remember that breath is there to guide you. Stay focused, stay here on your mat. If you notice your mind drifting, just bring it right back to your breath. Okay, now what we're gonna do is extend both legs just up towards the sky. Just grab onto the back of the hamstrings here. Maybe you can just massage just a little bit, flexing the feet in towards the face. Think of pulling the pinky toes back in. It's a very subtle movement, so you may not even notice anything. Maybe closing your eyes here, rolling your head side to side. Just a little stretch here with the hamstrings. And then we're gonna take our 2-piece fingers, bend at the knees, and wrap it around the big toes. Inhale, and then open the knees out towards the side here. We're gonna bring the arms in the inside of the knees for happy baby. So feet are facing up, the bottom of the feet are facing up. The knees are pulling in. We wanna keep the hips towards the floor here as much as possible. So maybe just think of your inhale as softening the shoulders down, and on your exhale, we want to bring the knees in towards the ground as much as possible here without rolling too much. So breathe in, allowing your body to do what it can do, not forcing it to go further than it should. So maybe rocking out just a little bit. You may notice a little bit of a massage in the lower back. This truly is a happy baby pose. Anytime my little guy is happy, he grabs his feet, throws it in the air, and bends his knees into happy baby. It really is a joyful pose. So maybe just inviting a little smile, a little positive energy into the mind, into the heart. Opening those hips up a little bit further. Just keep rocking it out maybe. One more full breath in, you guys. And let it go through the mouth. Okay, we made it through the first part. So now we're just going to bring the legs back together, and we're just gonna rock very carefully. You can bring your hands to the side here just to help yourself rock all the way up to seated right where we began. Full breath in, reach the arms up. Exhale, let's plant the hands onto the ground. We're gonna cross the legs and then just step right back into our plank pose. So hands are gonna be planted on the ground, fingers spread. Bring the fingers towards the floor so we're gripping the floor a little bit. Drop the hips so we're in one nice line. We want the heels to be over the toes, so back those toes up a little bit more. If we need to, you can look back here. Take a full breath and spin the triceps back. Pull the shoulders down, lift the belly in, but we're not lifting the hips, so we're just pulling the belly in. Think of wrapping the side hips here back, so firming the glutes just a little bit and pulling that tailbone down, but we don't want to be arching like this, so we want to keep it nice and straight. Take a deep breath in here, you guys. Inhale deep. Exhale. A little energy into the arms. Inhale, maybe rocking the heels back and forth here. Just opening up the feet a little bit. One more deep inhale. And exhale, we're gonna press into the hands to lift the hips up towards the sky. Bend the knees to get those hips up, straight back here. Pressing into the floor, drop that sternum towards the ground. Grip the floor, so think of squeezing the floor together here. And then begin to let the heels just drop down. If your heels are staying up here, that's okay if it feels a little bit too much. What we don't want to do is we don't want to round our back. So we don't want to be rounded like this. We want to keep those hips up. If you need to bend the knees, maybe walk your dog out here. Bend one knee, straighten the other leg. Just moving a little bit, moving in your body. All right, you guys, so we're gonna just start by opening up the calves just a little bit. So we're gonna lift the heels up, come to the tippy toes, and then exhale, drop it down. Again, lift it up, tippy toes, and drop it down. And if your knees are bent, that's fine. Again, we all look different. All of our poses are unique to us. There is no right or wrong. Just paying attention to what's right and wrong for us. Drop it down. One more time, lift it up. And then drop it down. So let's lift our right leg straight up towards the sky here. Press into the hands. Keep the shoulders square to the ground. We're lifting up into our three-leg dog. We're gonna bend at the knee to stack that right hip over the left hip. So if you can, drop that left heel towards the ground. If not, just stay facing forward with the toes. Keep the heel, don't let the heel go out to the side. We're gonna really lift and open up that psoas, that quad. What we wanna make sure is that we stay the same in the upper body. So we're not twisting from the upper body, just from the belly here. Full breath in. And exhale. Inhale, lift up a little bit higher if you can. And then exhale, bring the knee all the way and shift forward through your plank and then step right into your low lunge. So we're gonna drop that back knee here. Inhale to lift up. Make sure that your knee is stacked over your heel. If you need to walk your foot up just a little bit further, go for it. Inhale, just reach the arms back, open the heart. Exhale, reach the arms straight up overhead, and then just drop the hands right behind you and then bring them onto your sacrum here. So we're just gonna use our hands to just help to oomph our body forward here. So just a little slight push to deepen this pose. Use your breath to guide you again. Keep that left hip pulling forward. Squeeze that glute to support this muscle, this front psoas muscle. And then we want to think of asymmetrically just dragging that right heel back here. So that's going to pull that right hip back. That's going to help to open up the psoas a little bit more. Sink just a little bit deeper on your exhale. Shoulders are pulling back. Open your heart up. Maybe closing your eyes if you guys feel balanced. If not, just gazing softly ahead. And we're opening that right hip up just a little bit, going into a deep stretch here in your psoas, your hip flexor here. Firming the glute, using a little bit of stretching within the quad area. Using a little bit of strength to go deeper. So if you guys have your blocks, go ahead and grab your blocks here. You may want to use it if you're feeling a little bit tighter. We're going to go into our half split, so Ardha Hanumanasana. So bring your blocks alongside your body, and then we're just going to inhale. Bring your hands onto your blocks. If you're not using blocks, just bring your hands onto the mat on the side of your feet here. And then we're just going to bring the hips back, peel the toes up off the floor. I'm going to move my blocks to the side so you can see. And then we're just pulling that right hip back. You want to maintain a neutral back. So if you notice you're rounding, which I'm a little tight, so I round, I'm going to use my blocks. So we want to stay straight, bending from that right hip here. Deep breath in. Think of pulling. So we're dragging our heel into the floor and just pulling back. We're not literally moving the foot, but we're dragging back just a little bit. It's really going to open up that hamstring, activate it. Notice the energy, that feeling of sensation behind the hamstring here. Breathe. And then we're going to bring the body back forward into our lunge. Pull the heart forward. You can bring your blocks with you. And exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Again, inhale, coming right back into our low lunge. Open the heart, so pull the shoulders back. And then exhale, right back into our half split. Peel those toes up. Remember, neutral back. If you need to bring your blocks up a little bit taller, feel free to do that. Again, we're not judging. We're just moving with what we are able to do. So listening to your body is the most important thing for each of these poses. We're not here to judge ourselves. We're here to grow. We're here to really focus on what our body's abilities are. And we're here to, again, build that trust between our mind and our body. So when our body feels that we are relaxed mentally, we are relaxed around the areas that are supporting our body, then we're able to go a little bit deeper. But if we feel that tenseness and we feel anxious, then we're not going to go deeper. It's this protection mechanism with our body, so it almost clenches up. So we want to find softness, find relaxation. So if we're here on the floor and we're tight and we're stiff, we're never going to go deeper because we're just teaching our body that it's not safe. So we want to find a little bit of that safe zone, but able to go a little bit deeper. So we are going to feel a sensation, but it shouldn't be painful, and we should find some softness within that pose. And keep breathing here. On the exhale, just a little bit deeper maybe. We're going to invite a little bit of movement with. Move your blocks just forward a little bit here. If they're on the tall setting, we're going to bend the knee a little bit just to maintain that back neutral, okay? It's straight back. All right. If you are feeling a little bit more flexible here, you can bend. So leaning forward, bending, just make sure that back stays nice and straight here. And then we're just going to rock side to side. So what we're going to do is open the right hip out to the side. Inhale. And then exhale, bring it back. Inhale, keep the shoulders down. Bring it out to the side. And exhale, bring it back. So right hip's coming up and out to the side. We're pressing through that left knee here. And then exhale, bring it back in. And then inhale, bring it back in. Exhale, out to the side. Inhale, out to the side. Exhale, bring it back in. All right, so let's rebend into this knee, and then we're just going to bring our blocks with us, lift the back knee up, opening up the psoas. So we don't want to be turning, we want to have this left side body in a complete line facing the ground here. Hips are nice and even towards the front. Inhale, bring the heel up over the toes. We don't want to be falling into the heel. We want to lift that heel up. And exhale, we're going to begin to straighten this right leg here. So pull that right hip back, glue that right toe into the floor. So that big toe, we want to keep pressing it into the floor. Inhale, forward into our lunge. And exhale, pull that hip forward. Again, being careful not to lock the knee out. So we want to stay activated in the calf. Inhale, bring it forward. And then exhale, this time we're going to just keep that hip back. Using your blocks, if you need to, you can come a little bit higher on your blocks. And we're just going to invite a little bit of rocks here. So we're going to sit back into our heel and then bring it back forward, keeping that right hip pulling back. Sit back into the heel, bring it forward. Sit back into the heel and bring it forward. Back into the heel and bring it forward, and stay here. Breathe. Let's sink down just a little bit lower with our forehead. Maybe dropping the blocks if you're using blocks down. Keep that right hip pulling back. Think of asymmetrically dragging that heel back towards that left foot. Remember, we want to stay nice and firm in that left glute to support that psoas. Straighten the spine. Inhale, find that sensation of space within the body, and then exhale, go a little bit deeper. Inhale for softness, exhale for trust. A little bit deeper. Inhale and exhale. All right, you guys, let's re-bend into that front knee. Inhale here. Move your blocks off to the side. Plant your hands down to the ground. And then we're just going to lift that right leg straight out. So we're just in a 3-leg plank. If you guys would like, you can bring your foot down as well. You don't have to stay lifted. We're going to shift forward, drop down for a chaturanga, and then flip over the toes to lift right up into our up dog. You may also drop those thighs down to the floor for seal. So whatever works for you. For those of you who feel a little bit too much pressure in the back, you can drop all the way down and just roll up for Bhujangasana as well. So cobra pose. Stay here, breathe. And then on your exhale, we're going to lift all the way up, right back into our Adho Mukha, our down dog. All right, you guys, let's walk it out here. And let's repeat on the other side now. So let's lift that left leg up, press into the floor with the hands, bends at the knee, really opening that hip up. Begin to lift the hip up to stack it over top of the right hip. Press into those hands. Stay even with the shoulders towards the floor here. So we're not going to lift that left shoulder up. We want to keep it pressing down towards the floor. We're just twisting from the torso. Squeeze that glute to lift that hip even higher. Drop that right heel down if you can. If not, that's perfectly fine as well. And exhale. Let's bring that knee in. Shift forward to a plank and then just step it through. You may also walk the foot forward as well. Let's drop that back knee. Make sure that your knee is over top of your heel. We don't want to go past the toes. Very important. Full breath in. Let's come up. Bring those hands behind you. Open the heart up. Stay with me, you guys. I know this is really, really a lot of stretching. Pull that right glute in to support and protect that right psoas. This is a very, very deep stretch for your psoas, for your quad here. So stay strong behind just to support it. Let's bring the arms up towards the sky. And then let's exhale, drop the hands right onto the hips, onto the sacrum here, and then just pull forward a little bit deeper. So again, asymmetrically dragging that left heel towards that right knee. That's going to open up the psoas just a little bit deeper and allow yourself to pull that left hip back to stay nice and square with the hips towards that front of the mat there. You're closing your eyes if you feel grounded. Noticing the earth supporting you. Again, drawing that energy to those spaces that feel really tight right now. Building that space, building that trust. Filling all those cells up with oxygen, positive energy, with light to grow. Noticing any areas of stiffness, of tightness, restriction. Just allowing yourself to let go. Stay grounded, but let go. All right, you guys, we're gonna sink it back into our half split, our Ardha Hanumanasana. So go ahead and grab your blocks if you're using blocks. And then again, we're just gonna sink the hips back, peel the toes up off the floor here. Walk your blocks with you. Pull those toes in towards your body. Again, keep a bend in the knee if you need to. We want to stay neutral in the back, so bring those blocks to a higher setting if need be. Pull that hip back, and then inhale, we're going to bring it back. Walk the blocks with you into our lunge. Pull the heart forward. Exhale, hips go back. Peel those toes up. Inhale. Bring it up. And then last time we're going to come right back into our Ardha Hanumasana. Pull that hip back, peel those toes up. Breathe, you guys. Stay with me. This is a very intense hamstring stretch. I know it is for me. I'm sure it is for most people who are tight in their hamstrings. And we're really pulling that heel in towards our body. Bring those toes in towards our body. We're going to invite that movement here. So make sure your blocks are out of the way. Neutral spine. And we're just going to open the hip out to the side. Left hip's coming out to the side, and then drop it back in. Breathe with this movement. Bring it out. Let's walk it back in. Again, bring it out. Bring it back in. One more time. Bring it out to the side. And let's bring it back in. Hold, maybe coming a little bit deeper. Those shoulders pulling away from your ears. Okay, so let's come back to our low lunge here. We're going to bring our blocks with us. If we're using blocks, curl the back toes under, lift that back knee up. Pull the heart forward, so we're in our lunge once again. On the other side. Breathe. Firming that right glute, supporting that psoas muscle. Be sure that your knee is over top of your ankle in the front leg. If it seems too far forward, go ahead and back it up. And remember, we want that back heel over top of the toes, so go ahead and slide the toes back. Breathe. Okay, so go ahead and bring your blocks a little bit closer to you. We're going to come into our pyramid pose. So we're going to exhale to pull that left hip back. You can bring your blocks to the highest setting here. We want to maintain a neutral back. So gluing that big toe into the floor, pull the hip back. Inhale, drop it forward into our lunge. Exhale to pull it back. Inhale forward, open the heart. And then exhale, we're going to stay here. Remember, soft bends in the knee. Breathe. We're going to invite that little movement here. So we're going to lift the heel up, drop it down. Inhale to lift it up. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, drop it down. One more time. Inhale, lift it up. And exhale, drop it down. Go ahead and bring that into a little bit deeper. Drop your forehead towards your shin here if you can. Firm your belly in to support your back. With each exhale, see if you can go a little bit deeper into this pose. Pull that left hip back. Stay focused, you guys. Breathe. One more breath. And let's come back up. Just come right back into our lunge. We're going to move our blocks just off to the side here. Plant the hands onto the ground. Press that left leg straight back. Maybe keep it hovered. Shift forward for chaturanga. I'm going to pull my heart forward. Roll it up. Open your heart. And exhale. Hips go back. Press into the ground. Right back into our Adho Mukha. Exhale. Walk it out, you guys. Good job. Let's drop the knees down to the ground and just take a moment. Coming into our child's pose, Balasana. Drop your head to the floor. Let's take 2 deep breaths here. One more time. Okay guys, let's come right back up to our down dog. So curl the toes, lift the hips up. Let's bring the right leg up. Bend at the knee, shift forward and step all the way through. Drop that back knee towards the floor and curl the toes. So we're gonna come into our Hanumanasana, our full split here, as far as you can. So grab your blocks if you're using blocks. I always suggest to start with blocks. And what we're gonna do to come into this pose is just pull that left knee back and begin to move that right foot forward. Slow increments. So pull the left knee back, pull the right foot forward. Again, just moving subtly. So I'm a little bit tighter, so I'm not gonna go down that far, but what we wanna do is bring the hands, if you're just using your hands, and closer to that front leg. If you're using blocks, again, just bring the blocks a little bit closer and just try to move just a little bit more with each movement. Breathe. And if you're feeling more open today, you can feel free to go all the way down into your full split. Otherwise, stay here. Listen to your body and go as far as your body is willing to go today. So don't push it. Keep breathing. And wherever you are, you're reaping the benefits of this pose. We're opening the hips, we're opening the psoas, we're opening the hamstring. We're going further into a split, further into opening up the center of our body. Close your eyes and just notice how you feel. Notice where you are right now. Notice where your mind is right now. Turn in. Few more breaths. Keep the heart lifted. And for those of you who feel very open, you can come into a fold, so you can fold all the way down from that right hip. And allow yourself to surrender towards the ground here. Otherwise, you may stay up. I'm going to stay up. I'm not quite that flexible. One more breath in, and then we're going to begin to come out of this pose. So we're going to come out pretty much the same way we came in. So very carefully bring your hands in, press into the hands, and begin to pull that left knee up. So very slowly, and then the right foot, you're going to bring it in, left knee up. So coming into our half split here, and then you can move your blocks off to the side. We're going to bend into the knee, plant the hands on the floor, and then just lift that back knee up and press that right foot back, right back into our down dog. And we're just gonna switch out the sides here. So walk it out real quick here. And then we're gonna just go right into the other side. So lift that left leg up, bends at the knee, shift forward, bring that knee, step it forward, and then drop that back knee. Uncurl the toes here, grab your blocks if you're using blocks. And then again, we're in our hat and we're in our lunge here, and then we're gonna press the hips back and come into that half split. So we're in our lunge here, so we're just gonna pull that right knee back and begin to walk that left foot forward. Bring those blocks in closer to you, or the hands closer to you, and then just slowly, each increment, each breath, we're gonna go a little bit further. And go down as far as your body is willing to. You may notice a little bit more tight on one side versus the other. That's perfectly fine. This is very normal. Just listen to your body. And come to wherever your body feels that sensation. And we're all in a different place. We're all on the same path, a different place within that path. And so we want to honor our bodies where they are, knowing that they are exactly where they need to be. Each muscle, each portion of your body is in a place for a reason, and we need to honor that and respect that. Again, with your exhale, just go a little bit further. Closing your eyes again. You are again really open here. You can begin to fold forward, going a little bit deeper into your stretch. Otherwise, you can stay exactly where you are. Don't feel like you need to do anything more than what your body is wanting to do right now. Just breathe. One more full breath in, you guys. And exhale. Okay, we're going to begin to come out. So again, walk your hands in, press into the hands. Begin by bringing that back knee in and then dragging that front leg in towards you a little bit. Let's come back into our lunge. Move the blocks off to the side here. Plant the hands into the floor, and then we're going to press, lifting that back knee up, and then press that left leg out, coming right back to our down dog. Inhale and exhale. Let's walk that dog out. Just notice some sensations within your body, within your hamstrings, that deep stretch on both sides you guys did. You should be so proud of yourself. That was a lot. And let's bend at the knees and just come down for one more balasana here. Bring your forehead to the floor. Just let everything surrender. Knees are together, your toes are touching, forehead is softening into the floor. Just sealing in those deep, deep poses that we've done. Okay, you guys, let's come right back up here. Inhale, let's just sit straight up towards the sky. Bring your hands up towards the sky, and then bring your hands together. And we're just going to draw our thumbs to touch our heart. Drop your chin down. Just honoring, we've got part of the practice done, so we have a little bit more to go. We're going to do now for our wide splits. So we're going to do a few things to open the hips up, and then we're going to go right into our wide splits. Inhale one more time, open the arms out to the side, and exhale, go ahead and bring your hands onto the floor here. And what we're going to do is just cross at the ankles, and then we're going to bend at a 90 degrees. So I'm going to turn towards you so you can see me, 90 degree with your left leg here. And then we're going to just bring and stack that right leg, bring our right heel on top of our left knee right behind it. So our right knee is going to be falling towards the left foot on the floor here. Sit up nice and tall, and just remember, we don't need to force it if it's feeling just a little bit too intense here. So just allow that knee to fall. If you'd like, you can use your hand to push it down just a little bit. But what I want is for you to sit up nice and tall here and breathe. We're just going to take a couple breaths here, nice and fast. Just opening up the hips just a little bit here. Maybe moving your body side to side. If you'd like, you can bring your hands just to the floor here and just walk forward a little bit just to intensify the stretch a little bit more if you're feeling it. One more breath. And exhale, we're gonna come right out of this. Okay, so let's switch it out. So bring your right leg onto the floor, 90 degree bend in front of you, and we're gonna bring that left heel on top of the right knee right behind it, and let that left knee fall towards the right foot. So this side's a little bit harder for me, so you'll notice my knee is up a little bit higher, and that's fine. I'm just gonna press just a little bit, but it's probably not gonna go all the way down because that feels a little too intense. So one side usually is a little bit tighter than the other side. This is perfectly normal for everybody. And just work with your body. Eventually it's going to open up. So just be very patient. Know that your body is going to move forward as long as you continue to be consistent and patient with yourself. Just show yourself love. Show up, move with intention, move with love and gratitude for yourself. And don't pay attention to what other people are doing, because they're not your body. Your body is doing what it needs to for a reason. Again, you can move forward, come intensify the stretch a little bit deeper. Take one more breath here. And then let's come on out of this. So carefully lift that leg out. We're just gonna windshield wiper, so bottom of the feet on the floor, and just move the knees side to side a couple times here. All right, you guys, we're gonna come right into our wide stance here and prepare for our wide split. So first thing is stand up facing the long of the mat. Go ahead and walk it out nice and wide here. Pigeon the toes in just a little bit. We're gonna protect the knees. Soft, subtle bend in the knees. Bring our hands just down right below our chest. So what we don't wanna do is be pushing the hips back. So we wanna watch that the hips are in line with the heels. If it's going back past the heels, we're just sitting back here. So we wanna bring it forward a little bit. Hands are gonna come right underneath the heart here. If you wanna use a block, feel free to use a block here. We want the outer edges of the feet to be sealed into the ground. So if it's just lifting here, walk it in just a little bit, okay? Really pay attention to your body. We're not here to force to go where we're not able to go, okay? So hands are just to the floor. Inhale, pull the shoulders down. Exhale, fold it forward. Allow your forehead to drop towards the floor. Inhale into the ribs. Exhale, let it go. Folding from the hips here, so not the back. We want to keep that back nice and neutral, so bend the knees if you need to. Think of activating the glutes here. So if you can, feel like you're opening those heels out towards the side, and you'll feel your glutes firing up. This is going to help you so you fold from the hips a little bit more for that interior tilt. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, and then we're just gonna bring the right hand underneath the heart here. So right underneath the heart. And then inhale to bring that left hand out to the side and begin to open up towards that left side, reaching the left hand up towards the sky. So we're using our right hand just for a little bit of help into this twist. So we're twisting from the torso. Try not to let the hips move. I wanna keep the hip bones pointed down towards the ground here. Breathe. Each exhale going a little bit deeper into this twist. One more breath in and let it go. Bring that left hand towards the ground. We're just gonna switch it out. So the left hand coming below the heart. Twist to reach and open up towards the right side. Notice that sensation in the inner thighs, really opening up the groin muscle. Keep pulling that right hip in towards the midline here. One more breath in, you guys, and let it go. Drop that hand back down. We're gonna bend the knees and just roll the forehead towards the floor. Straighten the legs, bring it back up, half lift. One more time. Bend the knees, roll it towards the floor, and come right back up. Perfect. Okay, so now we're gonna come into a little modified skandasana. So we're gonna bend the right knee and then just pull the body towards the right side. So keeping this left knee subtle bend and keep pressing the foot into the ground. So we're really opening up. You may feel it on the inner hamstring here in the back of the leg. Deep breath in. Let's switch it out. Come back up and let's bend into the left knee. Same thing with the right side. We'll do this one more time on each side. Open up. And exhale, switch it out. Okay, you guys. So now let's drop the right knee down to the ground. So we want the right knee to be in line with that left arch, okay? And then we're gonna have these hands on the floor. Take a breath here. Let's walk the left hand to the inside of the left thigh onto the floor. Here you can use a block if that works for you, just to elevate up a little bit further. And then we're just gonna open the right hand up towards the sky and then wrap it all the way around to reach. So this is like a gate pose. We're gonna feel a deeper stretch in the inner thigh here. I feel a lot in my inner hamstring, so the hamstring towards the ground. Deep breath, opening up the side body here. And breathe. Maybe you can come down a little bit further onto the palm. Think of pulling that left hip into the body and really opening up the shoulders here. So you want to really open that right shoulder up towards the sky. Maybe you gaze up. One more deep breath, really pulling that left hip in. Stay with me. Inhale, we're just gonna wrap that right hand all the way down to the ground and come back forward, and we're gonna switch it out. So let's drop the left knee to the ground, and then we're gonna extend that right leg out to the side and do the same thing on the other side. So remember, you want your knee in line with your arch here. Take that breath in and then walk it over to the right side. So hand's gonna come to the inner thigh here. You can have it on fingertips, wherever you feel comfortable. Listen to your body again. Let's extend that left hand out to the side and wrap all the way up into a reach here. Overhead, bicep along the ear. Full breath in. Again, pulling that right hip in. Keep breathing, you guys. Maybe you drop onto the palm here. Keep a subtle bend in your knee. Open that left shoulder up. So you're gonna notice a lot of sensation probably in your hip here in your back. That's okay, we're opening this area up as well. It's all connected, so it's very important to get all the connected muscles as well, not just the muscle you wanna open up to go deeper, but the muscles surrounding. Maybe you gaze up, one more breath, and then bring that left arm all the way up and back down, bring it forward. So we're gonna come into our frog pose. Open the knees up, bring both knees to the floor, open them up as wide as you can, 90-degree bend in the legs here, and then we're going to flex the feet forward. So if you can see, my feet are flexed forward from the ankles, okay? And then with frog pose, it can be very, very intense. So we're using a lot of gravity to help us go further, but what we wanna do is stay even. So we don't want our hands to be too far forward, we don't want our body to be too far back. So just notice where you feel that sensation and then stay there and breathe into it. So if you'd like to grab your blocks, you can, or you can come onto your forearms on the floor here. And then I'm just gonna take a deep breath in and exhale. Find that area where there's just a lot of tension. And then stay there and breathe into it and allow gravity to help you go a little bit deeper into this pose. Pull the shoulders down. Maybe you rock side to side. I like to use my forearms to just help me leverage side to side here. It just helps create a little bit of movement within this stretch. And then find that area that's really, really tense. And hold it and breathe into it. Draw that oxygen into this area. And switch it out, go the other side. One more breath. And let the exhale bring you a little bit further into this pose. So maybe open the knees out just a little bit more. So we're really working with the groin muscle here, opening up the groin muscle. Keep breathing, you guys. Inhale and exhale. Okay, so we're gonna bring our hands right back up to the ground here, and then very carefully bring your feet in and then slide your knees in, and we're just gonna step right back into our wide stance. So we're gonna come into our wide split now. grab your blocks if you need to use your blocks. Otherwise, let's go ahead and begin to walk the feet out to the side. Make sure that your hands are right underneath your chest, pressing into the floor or into your blocks. And then again, just open just little bits, little increments. Inhale, create that space. Make sure you keep your spine neutral. And exhale, go a little bit deeper. So listen to your body, just go where you can. Don't try to force it. If we try to push, our body's gonna tense up and it's not gonna open up. We wanna create that trust, that vulnerability with our bodies. This is gonna allow us to go deeper, to open up further. What I like to do is, again, press my hands into the floor, into a block. Make sure that you keep a soft, subtle bend in the knees, really opening those legs up and then just moving, creating movement. And the movement just creates a little bit of a sensation of relaxation within the body. And then with this, I can go a little bit deeper. If you like, you can also use your blocks to place underneath your hips. So maybe underneath your right glute, hip area, and then on each side. And then you can go and just relax onto the blocks. This will allow you to feel just a little bit safer. Stay here, keep the breath fluid. Maybe closing your eyes. It's so important that even though we're opening up the lower body, we create the strength within our arms, because our arms are here to support us. So if our arms feel weak, you'll notice your lower body is probably not going to open up as quickly. You're not going to get to a space of feeling safe because you're not. You need your arms to help you stay up. One more breath in. And exhale, let it go. Maybe begin to bend forward. If you're all the way down to the ground, you can begin to lean forward from the hips and fold forward. One more breath in. And on your next exhale, we're going to begin to come out of this pose. So very carefully press into the hands, lift up, and then very carefully just heel toe, your feet all the way until you get into a wide stance. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Exhale, bend at the knees and just drop the forehead towards the floor. Let's come up halfway, and then let's just stand all the way up. Bring your feet in towards you. And then we're just gonna bend. So my feet are hip distance apart. My hands are still on the floor. I'm just gonna bend my knees and drop my hips down. So you don't have to come all the way down. Some people are a little bit tighter in the calf muscle or the ankles. So don't feel like you need to drop your hips all the way down, but we're just gonna drop it down a little bit here and then bring it back up. And then exhale, drop it down. Bring it back up. One more time and drop it down. And then come all the way down to the ground here. So you can come onto your shins. So we're gonna sit in our Vajrasana pose, sit on top of our heels. Inhale to bring your arms up towards the sky. I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see me. So we're gonna inhale, bring our arms up towards the sky here. And then connect your hands at the very top, keeping your arms up. Bends at the elbows, so our forearms are facing up towards the sky. Hands are in prayer here. And then arch the back just a little bit from the upper back. Keep pressing into the shins, lifting up through the spine. Lift the heart up. And exhale. Just staying up like this. We're just gonna bring our thumbs towards our third eye. And then begin to drop all the way down, bringing our chin towards our chest here, keeping our thumbs at our third eye. Let your elbows relax at your side, pull your shoulders down. Sealing in your practice today, be so grateful for yourself, for your courage to show up on your mat today and take this time to practice with me, to open your body, to move forward, to draw that consciousness, that awareness, that presence within the mind, and sit within your soul and know that you are very, very important. Taking the time to show self-love is something that you should be so grateful for. And bring your hand to your heart. Close your eyes. Thank you for showing up on your mat with me today to allow me to guide you through this practice. I hope you can find the time to at least complete some of this practice. It was a very long one, but just take some of the poses and do what you can, as much as you can, and I promise you will grow. You will grow. You will grow. Your body will open up. Your mind will feel clearer. Your heart will feel fuller. Trust me, this is so worth it. So thank you again. Namaste.